Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and welcome to Mrs. Mills' Math Time. The whole point of this video is to help you out with how to graph linear equations. This video in particular is going to go with the notes, but this video is also going to kind of help you out with the IXL that you have to do this week. IXL, I think it was Y9. Check it out. Sorry, no, it's Y6. And yeah, so this IXL is this video is going to help you out with the notes. It's going to tell you like step-by-step instructions on how to complete the IXL Y6. So I will be using examples from the IXL because that's the only way I know how to do it. So these are going to go hand in hand, but don't worry, there's going to be a separate video just for IXL Y6 as well if you need the extra help too. But let's go back to these notes real quick. So these notes are not interactive. There are no answers to fill in like the past couple of notes. Instead, you really just have to watch this video real quick and watch me do examples with you. And then just make sure you write down the steps so you can keep it in your notes for when we take the test and the quiz about this in particular. So this chapter in particular is going to be about solving systems of equations. And there's multiple ways to solve systems of equations. And really what a system is where when you have two lines, where do they meet? Where is the ordered pair where two lines meet? And that's what we're trying to find. And in order to solve some of those, you have to graph. Well, before we can actually get into that, we need to learn how to graph equations, so it's going to be easier for you in the long run. So let's review how to graph an equation. So in order to graph an equation, you have to have the equation written in slope-intercept form, or if y'all remember from a couple months ago, y equals mx plus b. And that equation right there, your m value is your slope. It's going to be in rise over run. And your b value is going to be your y-intercept. That is where the line crosses the y-axis. And if you remember, the y-axis, I need a graph. I'm going to make one real quick for y'all. There we go. All right, the y-axis is the vertical line just like this on the graph, okay? So the y-intercept is literally where, let's say we had y equals 3x plus 2. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. In this case, it would be at 2, because here's our y-axis, and the red line for following it crosses it at 2, okay? So that's what the y-axis is. And in order to graph a line, you have to, first step, plot the y-intercept first. So you have to plot where it crosses the y-axis first. And once you plot that point, then you can use the slope to follow the rise over run to pick the rest of your points. And if you're doing it on a sheet of paper, you have to do 1 or 2 or 3 points in order, or about 3 points, in order to actually make a line. You have to connect the dots using a straight edge in order to make an actual line. But on the IXL that we're going to be doing, you don't have to do that. It makes a line for you. You just have to plot 2 points. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's practice the skill then. Hey, I can do stickers. Sorry, this is a new thing. Can I put that there? Woo, it's going to stay there? Yep, that makes me happy. All right, I'm keeping those there. Okay, sorry. Let's go back. Can I clear screen? Do I have to erase it that way? Ooh, clear screen. Ooh, this is nice. Dang. Screencastify is stepping up its game. Anyway, we are going to practice plotting a graph in slope-intercept form, okay? So this is how you do it. And if you have already done this IXL, because there's a couple of y'all who did it for extra credit, practice the skill, like do 2 or 3 questions. If you remember how to do it, just go ahead and turn it in. It's not a big deal. I can see where you have completed this IXL. Everybody else, you have to do it. Alrighty. So remember, the first step is to, nope, that's not it. First step is to plot the y-intercept or the b value. And remember, the b value is going to be at the very end of the equation. So if I go back to this IXL, my b value is going to be a positive 8. So on the y-axis, I need to plot 8 first. So here's 8. That's going to be my first point. Okay? After that, then it says my slope is 1 over 7. Well, if you remember, the slope is rise over run. So how much you rise is your numerator, how much you run is your denominator. So if I'm at my first point here, which is 8, my slope says I have to rise 1 time, so I'm going to go up 1 time, which I just did. And then it says I have to run 7 times. So I rose 1 time, and now I need to run 7. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as you can see, as soon as I plot that second point, this IXL makes the line for me, so I only have to do 2 points for this. So I picked my y-intercept first, which was 8, and then I rose 1 time, and I ran 7 times because that's what the slope told me to do. So guys, that's it. That's my line. So I can go ahead and submit this. Okay. All right, same thing. I got to plot my y-intercept first. My y-intercept is a positive 6. So here, I need to find where 6 is. Well, 6 on the y-axis is right here. So that's my first point. Then my slope tells me my rise over run. My rise is 1 because my rise is my numerator. So I'm going to rise 1 time. And then it says my run is 4 points. So I got to run 4 times. So I rose 1 time, and now I can run 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot that second point. Get a sticker for good luck. And there you go. Again, on this, you only have to plot 2 points. But guys, that's really what these notes are going to be about, is just make sure you write down the steps in order to graph a line in slope-intercept form. But let me check something out before we get into anything. I want to make sure. Yeah, these are all going to be in slope-intercept form. I believe so, yeah. Okay, good. All right, well, let's look at this one real quick, guys. You need to take the operation in front of the y-intercept. In this case, it's going to be a -7. Remember, subtraction and a negative are equivalent to each other. They're the same thing, so don't freak out. So this right here, this has a subtracting by 7. That's the same thing as saying -7. So my y-intercept is a -7. So on the y-axis, I need to find -7, which would be between -6 and -8. So it's right here. So I'm going to plot that point. And then the slope says my rise is going to be 7. And then it doesn't have a run, does it? It only has 7. So what would my run be if my rise is 7? What's going to be my run? Well, guys, remember, whenever you have a number by itself, you can automatically assume there is a 1 under that. The fraction of a number by itself is 7, or is that number over 1? In this case, it's going to be 7 over 1. So your rise is going to be 7, so you're going to go up 7 times, and then you're just going to run 1 time. So this is going to be a steep line. All right, and I want a clear screen. All right. So I plotted my point at -7. Now I want to rise 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to run 1 time. But oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm sorry. Wait, submit fireworks. Guys, that's all I'm going to do for this video. I just wanted to show you the steps in order to solve equations. And this is the first time I've used Screencastify since they changed everything. Like, here's my little focus. Oh my gosh, this is a game changer. All right, sorry. I will see y'all later. There's going to be more examples of me doing this on the IXL. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope y'all have a wonderful spring break. Enjoy the week. See you later. Bye.